You're a projector, you're a parent, and you're exhausted. I want you to know that if this is you, you are not failing and you are not broken, even though it might feel that way. Our society puts so much expectations on parents, and for you as a projector, you are wired differently than the average parent. So I want you to know that it's not unreasonable at all if you, along with many other projector parents, are very, very tired. Now, there's good news. There's good news. There is a way that you can make your life easier as a projector parent, and it doesn't require a magic wand or a high-end coaching program that's just going to rearrange your entire life. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to share three simple things that if you can apply these in your life, it will make a big difference in the short and long term to both your sanity and your well-being. Now, if we haven't met before, I'm Carolyn Southwell. I'm a 2/4 emotional projector. I've been playing with human design for a long time, more than a decade, and I love sharing empowering, helpful information with those who are ready to implement human design in their life and make their life work better. So let's dive into these three things. Now, I want you to know that you can, ideally, you'll just pick one of these and implement them, and you can tell us at the end, like in a video, in a comment underneath this video, when you have implemented that so that I can celebrate your progress and celebrate that you are taking steps to improve the quality of your life, to make you happier and healthier and make your kids happier and healthier, and we have a better world for all of us. Now, this is video number 3 in a 4-part video series for projectors aimed at projector parents at different stages in their journey. Now, in the live number 1, I actually talked about the genuine limitations of being a projector as it relates to being a parent. Now, again, projectors aren't broken. Every single type has its strengths and its limitations. And as a projector, there are some limitations that come with your ability to do the ongoing work of being a parent. So if you aren't already, like if you're fairly new to human design, or you don't have a good sense of the role of the sacral center and the role of the other motor centers and how they could be helping you or making life more difficult for you as a projector in your role as a parent, then I recommend that you check out the live number 1. If you're watching this live, then you can just go click across to my channel and look for the one that talks about like you whether you're trying to decide whether or not to become a parent. I talked about it in that first one there. Otherwise, I will link it here after I finish editing this video. Now, assuming that you have that sorted, that you've either watched that video or you have a really good sense of like what it means to be a projector and why you're so tired from a design perspective, then let's talk about these 3 keys because that will make a lot more sense now. So in no particular order, number 1, set stronger boundaries around your sleep and rest time. Now, this you are going to need to apply to your current circumstance. If you have a 15-month-old child versus a 15-year-old child, you get to implement this differently because unfortunately, when we have babies and they're still teeny, tiny, completely dependent babies, we don't really get to have boundaries, unfortunately. So you're going to have to think about how to apply this to you. And I trust that you can do that. But I'll share this idea and then think about how you want to play with it. So setting stronger boundaries around your sleep time and your rest time. So there are 3 things you could play with here. 1, can you sleep alone? Even if it's only for part of the time. Can you sleep in a separate bed from your partner? Can you sleep in a separate bed from your child? You do you work out what makes sense for you and your living arrangement and your relationships. But if you can have even some time, even one night a week or one nap a day where you are completely out of the aura of all other human beings, that is ideal for you as a projector. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, can you have some do not disturb time? Can you create a culture in your family home that says that you are allowed to put a do not disturb sign on the door, and short of the house actually catching on fire, you are not interrupted. You're not interrupted for homework or to sort out a fight or any of that stuff, you just have do not disturb time. And ideally in that time, even if you can't sleep, you are lying down flat because that is the most restorative way for us to be if we can be nice and comfortable. Okay, and the other thing you can play with here is, can you eke out some time every afternoon for something like a non-sleep deep rest, a yoga nidra, listening to an audio that puts you in a really soothing, calm, relaxed state, even if it's 10 minutes. Can you get into the habit? Can you create a routine where every afternoon, as your energy levels dip even more than maybe they have been, can you take some time to just go, I'm having a nap now. I'm having some time out now. Again, you do you, see what makes sense for your family, for your housing situation. But if you can play with setting stronger boundaries around sleep, rest, recuperation time. This will go a long way. Please think about it in terms of like compounding, like putting a little bit of money in the bank every day. At first, it might be like, oh, that was nice. But if you can do it a little bit every day or make these changes in the long term, it will pay dividends. Okay, number 2, get extra support. So this one has 3 different ways you can do this. Number 1, can you get some more support from your partner? Now, if your partner is a sacral being, so they're a generator or a manifesting generator, or they simply have more motors than you. So for example, I am a projector with 2 motors. My partner is a manifestor with 3 motors. So if you had a configuration like this where your partner, even if they're a non-sacral being, so a reflector is not going to have more motors than you, but a projector with more motors or a manifestor with more motors than you, can you ask them for some more support? Do they really understand the limitations of you as a projector parent? And can you like help them understand that and get them to do some more of the doing in the house, whatever that might look like? Now, that might be a yes or no, depending on your situation. So you apply it to what makes sense for you. The other way that you can look for support is from family members. So close family, extended family, people who are geographically close is super helpful, obviously, because then they can do some of the doing. But have you got local friends? Have you got neighbors? Anybody who loves you and is willing to pitch in, even in small ways. You know, have you got a neighbor who just has all this extra energy who could mow your lawns? Like, you know, they're mowing their lawn anyway. Could they mow your lawn at the same time? And could they just do that, like, you know, every week or 2 for the first year of your child's life? Like that, those tiny things, if you can get a few people who are willing to do those small things, who have extra energy to give and who care about you and are just willing to give from their own overflow, then being able to have a little favor here, a little favor there, etc., 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 that feels really safe to receive can go a long way to you just having less to do. Okay, and the third type of extra support is the paid support. So can you get a cleaner once a week? Can you get a nanny or a babysitter in to be able to help do some of the doing? Again, all this sacral center is all about the monotonous, repetitive tasks that need to be doing. Can you get a pool cleaner in if you've got a pool? Can you get anybody in to do any of the doing? Is there like home admin that like drives you absolutely bonkers and you just don't have the brain space for? You know, can you have somebody come in who you trust, who can do some of that monotonous doing for you? Maybe. Again, you do you. Think about what makes sense for your budget, your family, your home. And let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is an interesting one, but it's very, very important if you can do it. And that is releasing your emotional baggage and or your beliefs that you have around how you're doing as a parent. If every day you're saying, this is too hard, I'm failing, I suck at this, this is not fair, this is too hard, I can't do this, why won't somebody help me? All of that sort of stuff, that internal dialogue, is just going to make this entire thing harder. So If you know how to tap already, this thing that you might have heard me talk about on the channel, or you might have heard from other people, the most well-known version is EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques, which is what I'm formally trained in. If you can do a little tiny bit of that every day, and it's very simple, you just tell the truth. I suck at this. Man, I really do. I suck at this. Gosh, I'm failing. I'm such a failure. You don't have to worry about like reinforcing the negative. The negative's in there anyway. Just let it out. Get it out. If you can do that, if you can take 5 minutes to just tell the truth to yourself about how you're feeling, you will feel a little bit better. And like prioritizing the rest, 10 or 15 minutes of like daytime rest, or like making sure that you have created more of a sacred space around your sleep time at night, if possible. If you can do 5 minutes of tapping a day, just find a spot where it fits in, or just do it when you're super triggered, and you can feel your system drop again, like gently drop into a calmer, more relaxed, less stressed state, you will have more energy, because you're probably wasting a lot of energy feeling these big emotions and all of these different things that you might be saying to yourself about how difficult this experience is. So if you already know how to tap, great. You can, of course, use any other safe, effective healing modality. Meditation is not going to do it. It's really great for gaining insights, but it's not great for actually shifting things. Mindfulness is not going to do it. It's great for awareness and self-reflection, but it's not going to shift things. You need a way to be able to safely, gently feel a little bit of your emotion and a little bit of that discomfort, and then let that shit go, which is why I love tapping. And more than a decade later, I'm still using it because it's so effective, and you can do it in 5-minute chunks. You don't need an entire massive long weekend retreat to be able to shift all your stuff. You can do it in teeny tiny little droplets. Of course, if you don't know anything about tapping, or you would like to learn it from me, there are 2 ways that you can do this. I'm going to put, after I've finished editing this video, a playlist to the tapping playlist here, where you can learn more about tapping and deconditioning. It will give you some hints. It will give you some ideas. It will show you the tapping points. If you want to learn how to do it properly with me in session, I put a link in the video description to a coaching session. And my ideal, the idea of that session is that I can take you from whatever level of knowledge you have now to actually genuinely at the end of the session be able to tap on your own. So if that sounds good, you can use that link. And otherwise, I would like to encourage you to pick one of these things. Set stronger boundaries around your sleep or rest. Get extra support in whatever form that might be, or learning how to, or like actively making time to release the baggage and the beliefs around how you're doing as a parent. Please pick one. You're already tired. You're already stretched from being a parent. You don't need a massive long to-do list. Just pick one of these 3 and go and implement it today. Start today. Pick whichever one is easiest, and then please come back and tell us in the comments how you went, how you like, so I can celebrate your progress, because I want to celebrate your wins. And once you've implemented one, then come back and implement the next one. I'd love to hear how you go. Okay, bye for now.